Creativity in business is important for a simple reason. Companies that can produce a stream of new ideas and are able to innovate upon those ideas make more money. Business leaders know this. 8 out of 10 leaders said that their company considered creativity and innovation vital to reap the benefits of the economic recovery. 7 out of 10 said developing more innovation in their company was one of their top 3 priorities. But there's a problem. Innovation is not the start of the story, it's the end. Your business needs a creative culture before innovation can happen. It facilitates the weather conditions in which lightning can strike. One of the most common questions I'm asked when I go into a business is, what do we need to do to have a more creative culture? A creative culture turns cash investment in your staff into ideas. Innovation turns those ideas back into cash, essentially more revenues. But running a business that values creativity has other benefits. Let's face it, the only constant these days is change. Being creative isn't just about new products, it's about the way you do things. It helps you to adapt quickly to the way technology and society is constantly shifting. It makes it possible to take new opportunities. Secondly, it helps you to win the war for talent, to attract, retain, engage and develop good people. Creative businesses have to be inspiring, transparent and fun places to work. That's just the sort of thing, just the sort of environment being demanded by the social media generation. Younger employees who expect information to be shared with them, they expect to be empowered. As the economy recovers, creativity and innovation are back on the agenda, but leading creativity is the most difficult and mysterious management challenge out there. It needn't be this way. I know from my research the capabilities creative leaders need to develop. They need to display a high degree of self-awareness, judgment and bravery. They need to understand how people are motivated to be creative in the first place. That's counterintuitive because creativity comes from inside. It can't be bought with the standard carrots and sticks of management. Leaders need to be able to cope with the demands of talented people with high expectations of work, who aren't necessarily only in it for the money. One of the key aspects of creative business leadership is the need to be comfortable with nuance and uncertainty. Paradox is one of the defining features. I call it the yin and yang of creative business. A creative leader needs to be able to balance commercial success versus creative quality, freedom versus focus, being supportive with being challenging, time to experiment versus delivery to deadline. He or she needs to be able to understand and explain these tensions, to explain that they're part of the creative culture, that it goes with the territory. Culture is important because you can't manage creativity. You can only manage for creativity. Just as you need the right weather conditions for lightning to strike, only a healthy creative culture drives innovation. So the most important thing to get right is the environment in which sparks can be created and kindled into ideas. And that's what culture is, the environment, the way things get done around here. Culture is important because it drives people's beliefs, engagement with the business, and most importantly, their behaviours. How your people behave with each other and customers is where creativity and performance happens or doesn't happen. How people share information, respond to setbacks, collaborate with each other. These are the attitudes that are influenced by culture. And culture is not just important inside your business. In many ways, you can argue your culture is your brand. That's why taking measures to look after your culture is such a powerful way to drive long-term performance. To help clients influence culture and performance, I take them through a structured process to systematically address and answer the big strategic questions. We begin with, what's the purpose of your business? Why does it exist beyond just making money? The purpose is the philosophical reason for why the business exists. For example, Virgin talk about business as a force for good. Disney say they're here to make people happy. And the BBC, for example, we know they exist to inform, educate and entertain. A purpose should hold meaning for customers and staff. We also look at what are your values? What do you believe in? Values appeal to the creative, emotional side of the brain. They give your business a point of view, a personality that people can engage with and become inspired by. But it's important to balance these creative side with focus and rational analysis. And that's strategy. How does your business compete in the marketplace? What's its unique proposition? Finally, I challenge clients to look into the future and get very clear about their objectives and vision for what the business will look like down the road. As it says in Alice in Wonderland, if you don't know where you're going, any road will take you there. After these big questions have been settled, the more tactical decisions around structure and rewards and product lines, they're a little easier to deal with. There's no set formula for running a creative business. By their very nature, creative businesses tend to be unique in their approach and pretty non-conformist. But in my work with clients on strategy and leadership and my research, I've discovered there are clear habits which all creative businesses tend to do. And like any habit, they can be picked up. Creative businesses have a strong philosophy around purpose, values and culture. They balance focus and freedom. The leaders point to a particular mountain to climb, but then offer people enormous freedom on the how they're going to go and climb it. They're great at finding, developing and retaining talented people, and they understand the art of motivating those people to want to be creative. They take risks, they accept failure as a starting point, not an end point, and they embrace change. Finally, they encourage the collisions of people and ideas through collaboration. They share information and remove barriers like hierarchy and team silos to make those serendipitous creative conversations much more likely.